So, for those that do not know, these guys are about to embark on a very interesting and electric fight that is about to take place on February the 9th at the Indigo O2 Arena. Now, this is a must-win fight for both men. Welcome, both of you, to the Gunman Insta Live. This is a platform where you guys can share your journeys and have a face-off and build your fight. And anything that you want to say to the fight fans and communicate to the fight fans, or even say to each other, this is the platform to do it. So, listen. Firstly, thanks for both coming on. It's absolutely an honour to have you both on. I'm going to start with Baylis.
Yeah.
Baylis, you were meant to fight. So I'm doing a commentary on your fight. I'm a former champion on the show, and I'm now doing commentary and running this chat show. I get the card for the fights, and I looked at the card. I saw you were fighting a social media personality called Afro Samurai.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's right.
I then see that fight has gone off of my card. Can you tell us why that fight was cancelled and why this man is sitting in here on this Insta Live today?
Well, by the sounds of it, what I was told, mate, he bottled it. By the sounds of it, so
is a bottle job. I know who he is. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So he went in there, lost his last fight in the first round, rolled over, quit in the corner. So he's a bottle job. He was going to fight a few guys that I know from the scene that I tapped myself into, and he bottled it against them. So yeah,
it's almost as if we sent the footage over, and then from that we heard nothing from him. Bottled it.
I heard that from a few people. Obviously, I've not seen anything on yourself. I'm just training to go in there and do what I'm doing naturally. So
what footage did you send him, Baylis? Because I understand that this is your debut.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so we just sent over like just normal training videos and stuff like that. But another thing that happened, he started camp at 76 kilos, and he started camp, was training hard apparently, and he lost a load of weight, and he said he wasn't going to make the weight that we're fighting at.
So what weight was that? Because this fight's at 78, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So he started at 76 and then dropped to 71 kilos.
Right, and he said he was too small.
Yeah, and he was, and then so that's what was said. But then
I feel like that's a lie because I feel like he's trying to get on the show again at 78. Yeah. So
it doesn't surprise me. Yeah,
it's a weird one, but it's a change for you anyway. You went from fighting Afro Samurai and now you're fighting me for the title. So it's a bit of a different.
Well,
one.
yeah, we're not too sure about that at the moment. So that's still up in the air at the moment.
That's from what I've been told, and it's on the poster. So
yeah, I'm not too sure. We'll have to see on the night.
Yeah. We'll find out more detail. We'll find out more details on that. So, again, another question for Baylis. So, has that changed your mindset? Because now you were fighting one guy, and then I think it was a couple of weeks out, you changed opponent. Does that change your mindset and the way you've got training for this fight?
No, like I've been training for a good while now. Been training hard, and I've always had one plan in mind: is just to get that win. So, and I'm focused, I'm ready. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We haven't changed our training plan. We haven't changed anything or anything like that. So we're just going in for a war. So it'd be good.
Yeah, that sounds good. Jensen, question for you. I believe so. You've had a couple of fights that haven't gone your way. Is that correct?
2 fights that have not gone my way. Yeah.
2 fights. So, are you feeling that this next fight? So you're Norton 2, right?
Yeah.
You're Norton 2. So you feeling this next fight, and it's Baylis's pro debut. Does that make the fact that you've had the first two fights not go your way? Does that put serious pressure on you? Is this a must-win fight now?
I wouldn't say it puts a whole load of pressure on me. At the end of the day, I just come in to entertain and put on a show. At the end of the day, I'm happy to go toe-to-toe with any guy that they put me in there with. The guy that I was originally meant to fight, and this is nothing against Louis, but the guy that I was originally meant to fight is a lot more experienced than himself. So I'm always in there and game to go for a fight with anybody that they put me in there against. It's more of.
Sorry, I'm normally pretty good with the roster.
So I was meant to fight Adam Smith for the super middleweight title.
Then he pulled out. He's fighting now.
And then he's injured. Yeah.
Oh well, remember. Yeah. Sorry, mate. I should remember that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But so yeah, I'm in there to go and have a fight with anybody. Does it put pressure on me if I lose? No, not really, because I'm always going to come back. I haven't got a quitter's mentality. So at the end of the day, as long as I go in there, put on a show on Friday night, and we go to war. And look, a few people have asked me how I predict this fight going. I've seen no footage on Louis. So what we do is we train to go to rounds. If the knockout presents itself, then it presents itself. But if he's still there in the third round, we'll go the rounds. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, so you're prepared for the full to go the distance. You're prepared for the full distance.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should be training specifically for a knockout unless you're Deontay Wilder. That's his style. But
yeah,
you train, you go in there, you go to do the rounds. From my experience in my debut, and I'm not going to bet on it's going to be the same for Louis on his debut. But when you get in there, it's different. The energy takes it out of you. You can be as fit as you want to be, but as soon as you get in the ring on the night, it's a completely different experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys, I want to get the fans involved. There's some questions coming in, and I always like to get everyone involved. So I'm just gonna. So basically, anyone who's in the chat here, please fire in some questions. I can give them questions all night, and I love this stuff. So I've got plenty of questions for them. But I'd love you guys to put your questions in to the fighters, and I'll read out the good ones. If you're not following me, make sure you are following me. I'll be covering a lot of the build up to this big mouth-watering Married at First Sight show that's coming up. But I also will be doing interviews with highly rated fighters coming up. So follow me, pop in some questions into the chat. Make sure you get these guys. Let's pick these guys' brains. So Jamie Porter's saying, "What weight are you, boys?" I think this fight's at 78. I may as well answer that one.
Yeah,
kind of just said that. We've got a couple of
maybe he's asking what we're wearing right now.
Yeah,
obviously we're a few days.
What are you weighing right now?
So I'm sat at 80 at the minute. So I've got a 2 kg to cut over the next 2 days. Quite simple to cut on fight week. Any fighter will be able to cut between 2 and 5 kilos on fight week.
You'll be absolutely fine. What are you weighing at the moment, Baylis?
Literally bang on 78 kilos. So yeah,
raring to go.
Everything's ready. Yeah. So.
We've got another fan saying he'd love to see you in that fight with Adam Smith. I mean, Adam Smith's a lot more experience. Oh, this is a cheeky one. Ethan Ewings. I like this guy as well. What's Gunman's prediction? Oh God. I mean, listen, I'm a commentator. I sit on the fence. I'm never biased. Even though I know some fighters better than others and all the rest of it, I'd never make a prediction. That's not my job. My job is to commentate on the fight and be fair. So I'm going to stay right on this line here. See that line there? I'm going to stay right on it in the middle. I don't know who's going to win. What I do know is that Baylis hasn't got any experience in his debut, and Jensen has 2 losses. So I think it's going to come down to fitness. I think it usually comes down to durability and who wants it more. Usually you see with sort of less than 5 fight guys, usually fitness and determination is a big factor in it. Who wants it more? Who can put on the work rate? Who can put on the pressure? But I'm not going to make it. I can't make a prediction. But even that's a brilliant question, though. Put me on the spot. Put me on the spot on my own show. So how much have you seen of Baylis? How much have you seen of Jensen? Because obviously he's had a couple of fights. What have you seen of him?
Apart from his Instagram profile, some of the footage and some of the clips on there, I've seen I think it was either your white collar one. I think it was your first.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
If it's on that one, that was my first one.
Yeah.
But with that charity boxing stuff, I'm going up against guys that are 10 kg on me on the night and stuff like that.
We're watching it, but it was what? 2 years ago now, or
about a year and a half ago. So, but then you go ahead and watch my second fight, and then that's like different levels. I personally and a few other people that were there with me on the night for my second fight felt like I edged the decision on that for the second and the third round. Bear in mind, I got up off the couch in 3 days' notice to step in and take that fight.
Yeah.
So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's serious guts. So why would you say you lost those 2 fights, Jensen?
Just not training hard enough. Like my mentality in my first fight was I can win this just based off of Like, I think I can be quite technical at times, and I was going in there and trying to use technique in a fight against a guy that was the complete opposite, just trying to dog it out, fighting dirty, holding my arms down, hit me in the back of the head and stuff like that. But like I said, the second fight, I went in there with a different mentality, went in there to fight, and I felt like I won and edged the second and the third rounds. So, but I can see how it would have gone either way. It was a close fight. But again, if you'd have given me an 8-week camp for that fight, it'd have been out there in the second round. So
yeah. And then the second fight, you just took at that short notice, and that's always going to be. I mean, that's. I sparred the other day after months of not doing anything, and it's just different gravy. It really is.
It takes it out of you, but it all comes down to preparation at the end of the day. So I haven't had a full camp for this fight. Granted that I've been in negotiations for a while and stuff like that, but I've been doing 5 threes, 6 threes in the gym quite comfortably, and literally 2 weeks ago I did 10 2-minute rounds, so I'm fit enough to go in there and at least do the rounds.
Yeah. That's another thing as well. I've got a lot of respect for coming in and what is it, 2-3 weeks notice, something like that?
Yeah. So Adam, I got information on Adam being injured 2 weeks ago, and then they said, "Oh, we've got this guy that Afro pulled out of. If you want to take it," and I said, "Yeah, no problem. I just want to fight."
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. Me, I did the same thing. I was like,
respect.
What's going to happen? So
100%.
Massive respect, Jensen. Do you think you may be being a little naive in taking a fight at short notice, having taken a fight at short notice and regretted it in your last fight?
I wouldn't say I regretted my last fight. Personally, my last fight was more of I got a message from the promoter saying I've got a fight for you in 3 days if you want it. I hadn't trained for like 12 weeks previous, and I said yeah because I was meant to fight in November last year on a different promotion, and then the guy from that pulled out. So then I'd stopped training from September, got offered this fight at the end of November, and fought at the beginning of December. And I said to myself that I just wanted to get in the ring before the end of the year. Win, lose or draw, ring experience, you can't beat it. And we're not professionals yet, so a loss on my record is not going to damage me in any way. But at the end of the day, it's all learning experiences. So
I think it's widely known that you've got expectations, that you're in circles with, social media personalities, and, you'd love to have the goal of getting on Misfits. And I think it's widely, known that the circles that you roll in. So surely if you were to take another L, do you not see that would dent your profile?
I can see it from both angles. At the end of the day, I think if anything, I'm showing that I'm game to step in there on late notice. But it's also, like I said, back to ring experience. If, God forbid, I lose this fight, there's always going to be other fights down the line. I look at getting out again next month and fighting again and actually getting myself into proper preparations. But it's one of them things that at the end of the day, I'm still coming to put on a dominant performance on Friday night. So it's not like I'm going into this fight with a mindset of, I could lose. Because at the end of the day, if I put on a dominant performance from this fight, I could see myself on the likes of Misfits at some point this year.
Yeah. So regardless of record, you still think that opportunity will be there?
Yeah, but I think it comes a lot sooner with a good performance on Friday night.
Absolutely. I would agree with you there. Baylis, let's just talk about, why do you think you're going to be too much for this man on Friday night?
Well, from what I've been learning in the gym, what I've been training, I'm feeling really confident at the moment. I've got no nerves or anything like that. I'm sure that'll come through on the Friday. But I'm feeling good in myself, and I'm used to sort of dealing with the pressure and understand how to handle it, sort of thing. So, but what we've been training, our training plan, I haven't got sort of second guessed or questioned anything. I've been laser focused and I'm ready for it. So,
do you think, Baylis, do you think this man's gonna hear the final bell?
Listen, I'll let my fist do the talking in the ring. We'll see how it goes. If it goes the whole 3 rounds, then it goes the whole 3 rounds, doesn't it? And if there's an opportunity where a knockout comes, then I'll take it. But listen, I'm not going to say what I'm going to do, because I make myself look like a prat otherwise. You know what I mean? So.
Well, if you're not confident, you can back it up. But also, your coach here has written, I think it's your coach, Hurricane.
Yeah.
Be humble, professional guys. It'll be a good fight. Just going to read out a couple more comments, and I still have got more questions for both of you. But I'm just going to try and just get everyone else's comments involved.
Yeah.
So be humble and professional, be a good fight. That's from Hurricane. We got Martin Gillies in the building, and that's from Connor Gilly. That must be a relation. Good to see Connor Gilly in here. Jay, hold on, wants to fight the Gunman. Who's this? Joshua AJ. Right, tell him absolutely no chance whoever he is. I'm
With the last 5 minutes.
I hope for him, that is. No, I don't fight no more. My days are done. Then we've got Ethan Ewings. Can't believe I'm missing Love Island. Dear, oh dear.
Oh.
Kai Border. Baylis looks like he could walk into the Love Island villa, to be fair.
Well,
dear, oh dear.
Thanks for that.
So, Jensen, what's your prediction then? Come on, give us a prediction.
Like I said, my prediction would be unanimous decision on points. I just think because of experience, he's making his debut. I've been in there a few times. Last fight out, like I said, I felt like I edged it. I feel like he was going up against a much easier fight in Afro Samurai than myself. I do consider myself as a tough opponent, even though like it's quite evident I have them 2 losses on my record. But I am in there and I am game. Like I said, the last 2 guys I fought were both 90 kg plus. This fight's at 78.
Yeah.
And this isn't even my natural weight. I should be fighting down at 155 pounds, which is what I'm going to be moving down to shortly.
Wow.
But
that's a huge weight discrepancy that you've given away, isn't it?
Yeah. But even then, so my last fight I weighed in at 185 pounds. That was December. This fight is at 170 pounds. So that's 15 pound weight loss in just 2 months. So I'm definitely coming in ready for this fight. I've been doing the sparring, I've been doing the rounds, been training with the right people, been speaking to the right people. And I'm excited to, because my corner team are actually based in Birmingham. So my corner team are coming down for the fight on the Friday morning. We're going to put a game plan together. Obviously, there's only so much you can put together against the guy that I've not seen no footage on. I don't even know how tall the guy is. So that's a questionable one.
Same. I've seen clips and snippets. So
but
I think it's fair to say, Jensen, you've got a little bit more pressure on you in this fight. It's his pro debut. If he loses, everyone can pat him on the back and say, "Yeah, well done for getting in there. Let's go again." If you lose, you go to 3-0. I think that does dent your opportunities. I know you say it doesn't, but it does dent you. You need to put a win streak together for people to start wanting to watch you. I lost my first fight, and then I won 9 fights in a row after that. And I found the momentum then of ticket sales, of hype behind you. It comes. I picked up 3 belts on the journey in those 9 fights. So you need to get on a winning run, because you don't want to be in here to win some, lose some. You need to get some wins together, and I think Friday night is the night that you need to do that, Jensen. So I'd love to see you make a statement from your own personal point of view. I think you need to make a statement. If it doesn't go your way and he folds you up in the first round, he folds you up like a deck chair, how are you going to be able to cope with it? Are you going to just be, well, it's just another loss and get on with it? Or will you have to just go into hiding for a little while?
Nah, it's one of them. It's not, I'd be able to cope with it easy. Like, obviously, taking a loss like that is not, it's not easy for nobody. It's all about pride, and obviously there's going to be slight embarrassment there. But that's where I go back to the drawing board. Like I said, go down to my natural weight, which is where I should be. But by no means as I've said, I've taken shots off of bigger guys. Even in sparring, I'm sparring people that are 110 kilos and taking shots off of them. So do I think this guy's going to starch me out in his debut? Probably not. And I might eat my words when I say that. But I do think it's a fight that could potentially go the distance. It depends on what ounce gloves we're fighting in as well. I'm not sure. I did message Louis to see what ounce gloves he wanted to fight in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all dependent. Who really wants it more on Friday night?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Absolutely. Can the fans expect to see any tweaks from you, Jensen? Are you going to be adapting to change things from your last two fights?
100%. My last two fights was about 30% of my actual ability. So what I'm actually doing in the gym, the people that I'm training with, and how I'm actually approaching my sparring sessions, which should now sort of phase into how I'm actually fighting in the ring. Now that I've had that experience inside there in front of a crowd, should start phasing through what I'm actually doing in sparring to what I'm doing in the ring on the night. So in my first two fights, I wasn't transferring that in the correct way, but I can box out of southpaw, I can box out of orthodox, I can be light on my feet, I can move around, but I can also come in close and keep in range the whole night.
Yeah. Nice. So you think you've made, well, I'd imagine you've made significant development in your progress, because, listen, experience is absolutely key in this game. It's absolutely key. No matter what anyone says, it's key. If you fought 10 rounds and I fought 500 rounds, I've got a huge advantage over you. And you've got that advantage over your opponent, that he's never experienced the ring walk. He's never experienced, a fight, a boxing match. He's not experienced. You've got experience on him. And so I think, from the neutral point of view, is that you've got that a little bit of advantage there, that he hasn't experienced that. So yeah, Baylis, I was going to say, do you think this man is overlooking you? He's talking about misfits and the circles that he hangs in and bigger fights down the line. Or if he's thinking about that, is he making a grave mistake in overlooking you?
I think he is, by the sounds of it. But I mean, if that's his goals, then he's desperate to get there, and if he's really wanting to get there, then I mean, all fair play to him. I mean, I have respect for anyone who gets in the ring, anyone who goes there and does it, because I see, especially from Connor down at Hurricane Training, I see how much hard work he puts in, and I see the benefits he gets. And so yeah, I've always had all the respect, but I do think that number 3 for the loss, I think there's got to be big changes if you do lose. So
yeah, I agree with you. I do agree with you.
But like I said, I've got all the respect for you coming in on what 2 weeks,
yeah.
3 weeks notice, whatever it is.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 weeks notice. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got an utmost respect for you on that. I think it's just preparation, because in your, what was it, your second fight? Did you say you came on what 3 days notice? Sorry.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's going to be good. I can't wait.
Yeah. I just wish I get a full camp for a fight at some point.
That's
what I'm hoping for, because that's when.
Remember though, Jensen, that's in your hands to have a full camp. Again, when I was fighting, I used to always make sure there was no advantages against me. So I'd always make sure I never took fights at late notice, never. And usually A-side fighters or good fighters don't tend to do that. You don't really tend to see, champions on this show, even at this level, champions on this show, they're not jumping in fights at a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's more out of frustration, to be honest with myself. Like, I've been in negotiations for a few fights this year, negotiations that have fallen through. And it does come back to like what I said earlier. I just want to be in there. There's nothing that beats being in there. Yeah. I'm an opportunist. Yeah. I like to take my hand. And look, if I do, and God willing, I do come out victorious on Friday night. You got to think about the comeback. I'm building back from 1 and 2. I'm coming for my opportunity on Misfits. I'm calling out names, and I get to talk about where I want to be. Yeah. But right now, not by any means am I overlooking this man. I think he's going to come game on the night, and that's why I predicted it to go to the distance. I don't think he's coming in there to roll over at all. I think he's game, and from what I've heard, he's been training in the gym and he's been working hard. So 100%, I think he's coming for the victory. So I've got to be on my A game as well as he does.
Yeah, he's here. I can see he's fit and he's here to upset the apple cart. He's not here to. He doesn't want to go 0-1. No one wants to lose. Neither of you want to lose. So it's going to be a really interesting fight. It really will be an interesting fight. But how important is an impressive performance to you? or is it just a matter of get the W by any means necessary?
Of course, I want to put on a proper show. I've got loads of friends, family coming up. I want to impress, and I want to show what hard work I've been putting in. So I want to make my coaches proud. I want to make everyone proud. So it's essential that I put on a show and get that win. So I just can't wait, really. I can't wait to share the ring with you. It's going to be good. So
yeah,
it's good. It's going to be an entertaining one. It's just a shame you didn't get Afro.
Yeah, that's absolute bottle job.
Jensen, are you going to render this man unconscious on Friday night?
I hold the power to, but it depends. Like I said, I've not seen anything. So for me to say I'm gonna knock him out, I can't say that because I don't know any openings. I'm gonna have to go in there, read in the first round, and work from that. But I am gonna be applying pressure, and we are gonna see if he really wants to fight.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Jensen, what ring walk tune are you going to be butting out on Friday night? Am I going to be doing the old Daniel Sturridge dance at ringside, or
I'm still in like three minds about a few different songs, but I think I've got one in the back of my head. Like I'm like, yeah, that gets me in the mood for it.
Yeah, so, you keeping it secret, or you're gonna spill the beans?
I'm gonna save it for the night. I'm gonna save it. Yeah.
And what about you, Baylis? You going to be spitting out some bombs out the speakers on Friday?
I'm the exact same. Not saying a word until the night. So yeah, can't wait. It'll be a good one. Means a lot to me. So yeah, it'd be good.
You can tell a lot by somebody's walkout song about how they're preparing for the fight and how they're going to come out for the fight.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
It's not stereotypical or anything like that. It's not your normal one. So.
But so basically, Baylis is training at Hurricane Gym, and Darren he trains his fighters to be machines. That whole stable have got a pretty good record in fights at this level. How's your camp been, Baylis? And can you tell me what Darren means to you and the team mean to you?
It's been a really good camp. Like we've had our banter here and there and whatnot, but collectively it's been a hard camp. It's been good training. So, but I mean, look, at our gym we've got Fighter of the Year Conor Gilly. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's saying something coming from Hurricane. So we're only a small little gym, and look what we've done. We've produced the results. You know what I mean? So, but I can't thank these guys enough.
Yeah.
Because without them, I wouldn't be here right now. So.
Well, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, is the saying, and your team certainly look like you have fun in training.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. As well as the banter here and there, we're always training properly and whatnot. Yeah. So
I've got massive respect for Darren. I think he's a top guy, and he really mentors like the young kids so well.
He does, anyone that comes in, he always look after you.
You're in fantastic hands with him. Yeah. You are. Jensen, sorry, can I ask where you've been training? I should know this, but I don't.
So I train out of my hometown in Grimsby.
Oh, you're in Grimsby. What gym is it?
So I train with a few amateur coaches. My main training comes out of Mighty Mariners in Grimsby. But I train with a few people down in Birmingham as well, who I was also working with in Leeds when I went to the last Misfits event.
Yeah.
So.
And how's your team? How's your camp gone? I know it's been a bit more of a shorter, let's get out there type approach, but how's everything going? And can you just tell us a bit about what your team means to you and what they've done for you?
So my team have done a lot for me. I've spent a lot of the time, obviously, like I said, with my head coach being based where he's based. I spent a lot of the time on the phone, just working on the fundamentals. He's making sure my fitness is in the right place for this fight. And like I said, the fundamentals is key for this fight. Obviously, I'm not going to go in there and go to the gym and practice 7 or 8 punch combinations like I'm going to land them on the night. It's not realistic. With a short camp, I'm working on my footwork, making sure my jab's in the right place, getting my head movement just a bit crisper so I can come in and feel fresh on the night.
Yeah. Look, Baylis, if this man stretches you out like a limousine in 30 seconds, are you going to still bother fighting? Are you going to call it a day?
No, I don't think I'll call it a day. I think what I'll do, I'll go away, learn from my mistakes, come back even harder. Because it's like Rocky says, it's not about how hard you get hit, it's about how hard you hit back.
It's not how hard you hit, it's about how hard you get hit. And you keep
Yeah,
doing it and
something
doing
like
it.
that.
This is by no means a one and done for you then, Baylis. You've got aspirations to rise through the ranks and get some straps at this level.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So depending on how the night goes, which in my eyes I know how it goes. I want to progress this further, and I want to see how far I can get this. So
beautiful,
because especially out of Hurricane, I want to put Hurricane on the map. I want to make sure that I can look after Darren. People know that Hurricane is the gym to go to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely brilliant.
Because they're pumping out machines at the moment.
I'm conscious of your time, so I won't take you both too much longer. But what I just wanted to ask, Jensen, can you look at your opponent and tell him what's going to happen to him on Friday? Have you got a final message for him?
I'm not going to give away the game plan, but just be ready. The pressure's coming. I'm coming. I've been saying to people, no steps backward. So I stick to that, and I'm going to come on the front foot, and I'm going to try to assert my dominance. Like I said, no idea about your style or how you're going to come out, but it's about overcoming and adapting to that. So that's what I look forward to doing.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I look forward to this fight. And what about you, Baylis? What do you want to tell this man?
Listen, I let my fist do the talking on the night. Do you know what I mean? Let's dance. Can't wait.
100%.
So it's going to be good.
Will you both meet in the middle of the ring and have a tear up?
I think we will. It's his debut. I think we will.
Can you both vouch that you're going to both come out and stand toe to toe?
Listen, there'll be fireworks. It'll be good.
We're one of the first few fights on, so we're setting the precedence for the night. We're going to put on a good performance and may the best man win at the end of the day.
Absolutely. May the best man win. It's been a goddamn pleasure having you on the Gunman Insta live tonight.
Good to be here. Cheers.
I can't wait to see you both on Fight Night. I can't wait to hear your ring walk tunes. I cannot wait to see, I should say, the outcome of this fight. And I think the fans can't wait to also see the progression of your careers both moving forward. And I really hope I can get you both back on here in the future for your future bouts. It's been an absolute pleasure having you both on for this face-off tonight. Thank you so much. Massive respect. Big up to the both of you.
100%. Appreciate your time. I'll see you on Friday, guys.
Yeah, see you Friday. Take it easy, chaps.